I can't do a handstand push-up yet, but I train with people who can, pretty good athletes. And I interviewed them, so me and you have the information to achieve our first handstand push-up as well. This is what I've learned. First of all, we need to get stronger basics. Push-ups, pull-ups, dips, and overhead press. Then we need to be comfortable with standing on our hands. We have to get the handstand like 10 out of 10 times, at least for like 10 seconds if we try it, and have a pretty good handstand base of probably around 30 to 60 seconds. So we need to work daily on our handstands. 3 to 5 minutes is a minimum of spending time in our hands. And handstands can also be L-sit, frog sit, and of course regular handstand. But to build the structural part, chest to wall handstands or even one arm chest to wall handstands are a pretty good choice because we need to get used to the load. Then, and that's probably the most important part, is that we need to work the positions. It is not enough that we get crazy strong in the overhead press because we want to be specific to what the handstand push-up really is. We have to work 3 kinds of positions. The end range, when we think about the full range box handstand push-up. Then the mid-range, when we do a freestanding handstand push-ups on the ground, but it's also part of the full range of motion handstand push-up, obviously. And the end range. So we have to practice lockouts, we have to practice the mid-range, and we have to practice the end range. The positions I chose to do the handstand push-up eventually is first the shoulder stand. You stand on a deep full range of motion box handstand push-up position on your shoulders. You can also use parallettes, but you really try to engage and be active in the end range. You can even add little bounces if you get stronger over time. This is what I use. I noticed some great improvements already, even though I'm not even close to doing a handstand push-up, but it's coming. I feel a lot more stable in this position because I spend a lot of time in there. And that's the whole concept. You have to spend the most time in the positions that matter most to you. Then we have the frog stand to work on the mid-range of the handstand push-up. And the goal here is to eventually not touch the arms with your legs. So you are floating and only holding yourself in like a 90-degree handstand push-up position. So you're in the mid-range holding yourself. I will put B-roll. So we work the mid-range with the frog stand. And even if you cannot lift your legs up like I do, I try to shift my weight more into the hands and then more back into the support position and then more into the hands, and eventually I will be able to lift my legs. I will also work on my core and arm strength additionally, but working on the frog stand is very specific to the handstand push-up. Then handstand lockouts, simple chest to wall or even freestanding lockouts, working the top range only, bending in the triceps to get used to the lockout position. What can be also very valuable is only supporting a heavy barbell overhead that's more than your body weight to get used to more load in that position. And also the single arm handstand work I talked about earlier is pretty valuable for this. To summarize, get stronger basics, be comfortable, very comfortable standing on your hands, and work all the positions that matter. Think end range, mid range, lockout. This is how we can get our first handstand push-up. If you want to train like I do, check out the link in the description below. I know the sales page looks like somebody is trying to sell you pretty strange products on the internet, but I can tell you this is more than a training program. This is a community. This is a place where you get challenged. So check it out. Check out the documentary I made about this if you find the sales page suspicious. And I would say we get our handstand push-ups sooner rather than later. 2026 is the year of the handstand push-up. Let's get after it.